It's Much Ado About Something.
Hello, you're watching Much Ado About Something today, and I'm Donna. And it's the second week of the Stock It September Challenge that Lynn from Bucket List Homestead has challenged us all, and it's an open challenge. Anybody can join that wants to. And so I chose to do that. Last week I did the challenge and I went over a little bit. I went over $1.76 the first week of the challenge. So this week I was under 68 cents. So I'm still $1.08 over, but I will even that out on the third week so that I am staying within the budget of the challenge. Now I'm trying to spend $10 a week, but where I'm finding the challenge is trying to get something that we will really eat and stock in our pantries and really eat that. There's just things out there that we don't eat. Now this is personal. People's diets are very personal to themselves and to their family. So I am in no way putting down anything that anybody else chooses to eat. Donald and I do not eat a lot of processed foods. We try not to serve a lot of processed foods to our children. Of course, there are some processed foods included because they're just hard to get away from this day and age. We grow a lot of things from the garden. We go to orchards, we go to farmers markets, and to fruit stands, and we try to buy whole foods and eat whole foods. But we do incorporate some processed foods into our Every Bit Counts challenge. So this week you'll see I'm taking you along with me to the stores where I chose what I put in my pantry this week, and I did go under 68 cents, so now I'm just $1.08 over total, and I'll try to even that out next week. I'll try to only spend up to having the $1.08 to even out the budget, so that it'll equal $10, you know, per week. But I think there's a lot of good stuff out there that is around $10, maybe a little over, maybe a little under. There are great combinations that you can find out here to go in your pantry, and I've enjoyed the challenge. I really have, and I appreciate Lynn and creating this challenge and inviting us all to be able to participate in it. I've really enjoyed just trying to see what $10 will actually buy to go in your pantry, because I usually budget more than that to stock my pantry. I usually buy in bulk, so it's very rare that I buy small amounts of items like this to go in my pantry, but I find that it's going to be very useful to do this. Well, included will be these clips, and remember, I'm not criticizing anybody's choice of food. You feed yourself and your family the way that you want to do that. You have the freedom to do that, and I'm just sharing with you what some of the things that we do and do not eat, and that'll help you understand why I buy what I buy for this challenge. I thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoy the video.
Here, so and I'll hold it up for you.
Right here is a really good deal on Welch's Concord Grape Jelly. You get 2 for $4.98. You get 2, how many ounces are those?
30 ounces.
2 30-ounce jars. 2 30-ounce jars for $4.98. That's an excellent deal. So you could get 4 of these for $10 and put them in your pantry. Now this week's stock up, this is $4.98. So you could get 2 of these for $10, for just a little under $10. And that would be a great deal if you eat jelly. I have 6 grandkids. They like peanut butter and jelly, so this is a good deal for me. I make a lot of homemade jelly, but I think I will pick these up because these would be good to have on hand.
That's 2.
You can get 2 40-ounce peanut butters for $8.12.
Creamy peanut butter.
That's a good deal. Frosted Flakes are on sale for $5.88. So we could get 2 boxes of Frosted Flakes. There's 2 bags in here in each box. So that's 55 ounces of cereal for $5.88. And the cereal all across. This is $8.48 for 4 boxes of cereal. We don't eat this kind of cereal, very rarely. We buy it sometimes for the grandkids, but we very rarely eat any processed cereal. But if you were going to get it, this would be the place to get it. Here are 2 bags of Raisin Bran. So that's 76.5 ounces of Raisin Bran for $9.98. So for under $10, you could get 2 boxes of Raisin Bran. Now it is no spend month for me, and this $10 a week that I'm spending for Stock It September is out of the budget that I have for my YouTube channel, and so I've really got to stick to it. Now I'm going to pass by on fresh vegetables and the fresh fruits, because those will only be good if I can them or preserve them in some way. So I'm not going to choose those today. Okay, so this is something that the grandkids love, and it's a good way of adding vitamin C to their diet. It's $1.34 for a can. So I can get 3 cans of this. Now I like these. I think these are really pretty. I love the realistic looking pumpkins, but that is not in my budget. For today. Now here would be another alternative for my pantry restocking. I'll definitely include this next week, and that's these mashed potatoes. I love potatoes. I don't have room or the right kind of storage to store a lot of root potatoes, fresh potatoes, so even though I do buy fresh potatoes, these would be shelf stable for the pantry. And so the Great Value brand is $1.98 for 13.75 ounces. So that would be a good deal. 2 boxes of those would be around $4, and that would be an excellent pantry stocker. So the ingredients in the potatoes are dehydrated potatoes, potato flakes, mono and diglyceride, sodium acid phosphate, and there's 3 preservatives. So the 3 preservatives are sodium acid pyrophosphate, sodium bisulfite, and citric acid. These are good pantry stockers too if you eat these. We don't eat processed food like this. We try to just keep it down to the real thing. Like in the potatoes, the ingredients are simply potatoes. But this has a whole section of ingredients here that are, let me see if I can show you, that are things that we don't eat. And that maltodextrin, that's something that we completely try to cut out of our diet, because that kills the outer lining of your cells. So if you eat a lot of that, then that's not something that we choose. So that's the reason I don't eat these processed things like this, the packaged things that already have all of the seasonings and all of the stuff already on them. That's not an option for our pantry. The potatoes have, I can get it to focus here. Well, I'm back from the store, and I'm sharing with you what I have to stock my pantry with this week. This is my 2nd week of doing the Stock It September Pantry Challenge. So I'm showing you what I picked up this week to put in my pantry. And I've got it spelled out here. I tried to share with you some of the footage of shopping and deciding what to put in my pantry this week. And I've included that so you can kind of get an idea of what, how my decision-making process is going to fit our budget and our diet. You know, the budget's $10. All this stuff here is just stuff that the grandkids, I set out for them so they can get to easy. Over here is where the actual challenge things are. Now, I showed you at Sam's that we were looking at the jelly. The jelly from Sam's was a 2-pack, 60-ounce total in those 2 jars of jelly. They were $4.98 and 37-cent tax. So I have $5.35 total for 2 jars of jelly. And I did get those jellies. I took the little plastic thing off so I can put them in my pantry without those things. I can stuck them in there so that they'll fit. But I did pick up those jellies. My grandkids and my husband love this jelly. Now, I make plenty of jellies, but I don't make a lot of grape jelly. And so I have to supplement my grape jelly with these 2 jars right here. This kind of jelly, then that's where I get it. I get it at Sam's. So this was $4.98 for 2 jars, and it was 60 ounces of jelly total, because this is 30-ounce jars, which is pretty good. Now, looking at the label, it does have things that we do not want to eat in here. If we look here at the label, Concord grapes, corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, fruit pectin, which is fine, citric acid is fine, and sodium citrate is not even an ingredient that I worry about that much. But the corn syrup and the high fructose corn syrup is something that we try to keep out of our diet. But we don't eat this all the time, and we do incorporate this in with peanut butter and jellies, and just occasionally. It's not an everyday thing. But I did buy the Welch's for our pantry, and then I got the mandarin oranges. Now, the mandarin oranges were $1.34 a can, and I bought 3 15-ounce cans, and so this totaled up to be $4.10 total for the 3 mandarin oranges. Now, our kids love those as a snack. They're healthy. They have vitamin C. They're something we don't feel bad about serving them. And if you look at the ingredient list, mandarin oranges, water, sugar, and citric acid. It is a product of China. So, you know, just read your labels and decide what it is that you like to incorporate into your diet. Choices are changing in the grocery store for things that you can buy. But we feel like this is a good deal. The kids love these. I drain the syrup off of these and put them in little cups. And they're either a side to what they're eating for lunch or dinner, or it's a snack. So I'm just adding 3 cans of these because I know that's something that'll be used. Now, last week, I went over. This week I was a little under. It was only $9.45 for the grape jelly and the mandarin oranges, 3 cans of mandarin oranges. So, and the 2 jellies, it was only $9.45. So the first week I went over $1.76. The second week I was under 55 cents. So I'm still over $1.21. And I'll balance that out to spend a $1.22 less and under 10 the following weeks to keep that challenge where everything balances out to where I'm not spending more than $10 a week. It's been a challenge for me to actually find something that we eat in our diet to put into the pantry. Now, I'll show you what in the clip where we are at Sam's and we are looking for things to stock our pantry with. And you'll see there are plenty of things that would fit that bill. The peanut butter was not that bad. That was pretty good. But all the processed cereals and things that I share with you in that clip, that's not something that we eat in our diet. Now, you're free to eat whatever you choose to eat for your family. I mean, whatever you choose, fed is best. You have to feed your family, and it's hard to do on a budget right now. So I'm not trying to tell anybody else what to eat, but we're on diets, special diets, me and Donald, and then also our grandchildren. So we keep our processed foods to a minimum. So that's why you'll see in that clip where I say, you know, these are not things that we buy, but if you do buy those would be excellent prices to stock your pantry with for $10 a week. And so I just shared that with you. So I'll be going forward now on week 3, and we'll be trying to spend $1.21 less than $10 because I went slightly over when I got the 2 pounds of spaghetti. When I got the 2, well, it was 12 pounds of spaghetti. I got the 2 6-packs that first week of my first $10 Stock It September challenge. If you want to watch that video, then you'll see that I got those 2 packages of pasta, and I went slightly over, but it was such a good deal, and it's something our family does eat, and I can do a variety of things with it. I couldn't not get those. So I went ahead and splurged a little bit there. I went, you know, over that $1.76 the first week, but then the second week I was under, and I'll try to even that out. So by the end of the challenge, it comes out to, you know, spending around 10 a week, so that I'm not breaking the challenge. It's hard to find the exact thing that you would put in your pantry sometimes for the price. That's why it's a challenge. But these are the things I've got here for the second week of this challenge, and I'll be putting these in my pantry, and these are the kind of things that I like to add. And I shared with you some things in there that, you know, that I would like to add maybe for next Stock It September challenge.